There's some speculation going around Twitter right now about what exactly is happening in The Mandalorian. Now, this isn't a rumor or a leak. It doesn't rise up to anything like that. It's just some randos on Twitter saying some things. But it sounds very credible to me, and it sounds like a horrible idea to me. So again, this doesn't rise up to the level for a leak or something that's possibly happening from a real source. But it's such a bad idea, and I did like the first episode of The Mandalorian, that I'm afraid this is actually what's going to happen. So no wasting time here, let's get right to it. There'll be some spoilers here for what did happen in the first episode, and then the rest of it obviously isn't a spoiler, but it's something that I'm afraid is actually going to happen. So here's the actual post here from Twitter, from Marvel SW. Partial credit to bhower1138 for noticing the symbol on his sleeve. So this here is a character that was in The Mandalorian in the first episode. He's the Doctor, and on his right arm there, on the left-hand side, we can see something that looks a little bit like an I and an L, and we can see that that is an emblem used by the Camoans, or the Cloners, from the prequel trilogy. So what happens in the first episode of The Mandalorian is the Mandalorian has to hunt down a 50-year-old creature, and we see the 50-year-old creature at the very end of the episode, and it is a creature that looks to be the same race as Yoda, which I don't actually have a problem with that. Surely there's lots of them in the galaxy. Who cares if we see another one? But the speculation going on in this thread, and again I think it's so terrible it's probably true, is that is a 50-year-old clone of Yoda. So it's not the same race as Yoda as such. That's Yoda. We've got a 50-year-old clone of Yoda. Now 50 years ago, roughly speaking, I think is about 15 years before the Phantom Menace, approximately. So Yoda's obviously very alive at that point in time. I guess someone could have grabbed some material off him to clone him. So again, this isn't a rumor, this isn't a leak, but it sounds such a terrible idea to me, and because Jon Favreau is such a fanboy, it sounds like something he would do, and I'm sure there's some people that think this will be awesome. Oh wow, we're going to get Yoda back. I think it's terrible, but nonetheless, that's what some speculation going around is saying, and it is purely speculation. All we do know is that there is a Doctor that might have a Camoan patch on him, so he's got something to do with cloning, and there is a creature that looks like a baby Yoda. It's a 50-year-old creature, and it may be a clone of Yoda, or it may very well not be, and they want to clone this creature. But I'm afraid that that is going to be the overall plot for The Mandalorian, is there's going to be factions fighting over cloned Yoda. So another little thing from the end of the episode, if you haven't seen it, is a second bounty hunter is sent to get the creature, but this bounty hunter is sent to kill it. So the second bounty hunter looks like the IG-88 robot from The Empire Strikes Back. I think it's called IG-11, but it's basically the same thing. This one's been sent to kill it, whereas the Mandalorian's been sent to bring it back alive if possible. So there's obviously two different factions vying for this creature. One wants to keep it alive and maybe, I don't know, bring back the Jedis with a new Yoda, and the other one wants to kill him off and make sure we don't get Yoda coming back. Again, I hope that's not where it's heading, but that just sounds exactly like what they're going to do with this. I hope not. I really do hope not. I just think The Mandalorian will be better served if they have no characters we've ever heard of again. That way they can't break any characters. Okay, I don't think they should be bringing back clones. I don't think they should have little cameos from anyone. Just leave it alone, have all new characters. But anyway, I'm sure some people will be very happy if this does turn out to be a cloned Yoda. I think it's a terrible idea, but again, this isn't a leak, it's nothing really official here, just some speculation as to what exactly a guy with a cloner emblem on him would be. He's got something to do with cloning, and there's a 50-year-old little baby Yoda. Is that a 50-year-old clone of Yoda? Thanks for listening, and I'll catch you next time.